There are all sorts of large animals roaming the earth, but some are larger than others. Join us as we look at 20 abnormally large animals that actually exist. 20. Bondi Beach octopus. Residents of Bondi Beach awoke to a shocking scene on the beach's famed sands. Early risers who came down to the beach were met with a one-of-a-kind sight, as a massive rift from the upside down emerged on the sand overnight. Tentacle-like tendrils protruded from the brilliant crimson center of the fissure, and passersby halted their morning activities to take in the unusual scene, the likes of which had never been seen before. Bondi Rescue's famous lifeguards set up a secure cordon around the alien building while meticulously inspecting the fissure. As the rift drew a larger and larger throng, and speculation about what the structure was grew, it was discovered that the upside-down rift signaled the arrival of Stranger Things 4 in Australia. Stranger Things is an enormously popular sci-fi TV program on Netflix, which was returning for a 4th season for the uninitiated. And if you haven't heard of it, where have you been? Hence, all the hoopla was just a special effect for the show. No kidding. 19. World's tallest camel. The tallest camel in the world drew guests to the 2nd edition of the King Abdul Aziz Festival for Camels, held in the Sayahid in the southern portion of the Dana Desert outside Riyadh. The 6-year-old camel is roughly 3 meters long and 2.4 meters tall from shoulder to shoulder. The tallest camel exhibition was one of the uncommon animal events of the festival, which also featured the shortest camel, 2 hump camels, and 2 color camels. The King Abdul Aziz Camel Festival has been dedicated to displaying camel heritage and educating visitors about camel names and colors, among other things. 18. Wild gower. Discover the true king of the jungle and the true inspiration behind Red Bull, the gower. With its muscular build and powerful horns, this wild cattle species is the ultimate tiger killer. In the dense forests of Asia, where the gower or Indian bison roams free and dominates the landscape, predators, such as tigers, must watch their backs. The gower's sheer size and strength, and its fierce determination to protect its territory from any predator that dares to cross its path, is a spectacle worth seeing. But it's the gower's epic battles against the mighty tiger that truly showcase its dominance in the wild, even though a battle between 2 gowers is also worth seeing. 17. Llong whale shark. The whale shark is the largest fish species in the world. It can grow to be more than 40 feet long. These giants, despite their other moniker of shark, are so peaceful that snorkelers and scuba divers seek them out to swim alongside. When it comes to giant fish, at 36 foot long, this whale shark found dead in Pakistan is impressive. It looks even bigger when it's out of the water like this. Look at the size of this fish next to the people. 16. Monster catfish. Forget about the catch of the day. This fish has the potential to be the catch of the century. When an Italian fisherman used a fishing rod and reel to catch a 127-kilo catfish, he may have established a world record. The giant fish was a 2.67-meter-long Wells catfish, just a few centimeters and a few pounds shy of the largest Wells catfish ever caught on record. Dino Ferrari, an Italian angler, captured the enormous fish in Italy's Po Delta, the same river where a record-breaking Wells catfish was caught a few years ago. Sportex Italia, Ferrari's sponsor, claims the fish is a world record for rod and reel fishing. Ferrari, a seasoned catfish angler, hooked the whale-sized fish from his boat and brought it in after a 40-minute tussle. He shot many images with the beast, including one to demonstrate the fish's ability to consume a human. Wells catfish, fortunately for Ferrari, only eat bugs, fish, rats, and ducks. The fish could have fed the family for a week, but Ferrari chose to release it back into the sea. Wells catfish can live for 30 years, so Ferrari's monster may have more growing ahead of it. 15. Shire horse. The Shire horse is one of the biggest horses in the world, and it is famous for being able to pull some of the heaviest loads ever. Today, the Shire horse is used for fun activities and various draft disciplines. Because this horse is huge and has the reputation of being calm and kind, it is often called the docile giant. This horse has a massive head that goes perfectly well with its muscular and large build. It has a wide chest and broad shoulders, and the back of its legs are covered with some heavy feathering. They can measure up to 5 feet in height and can weigh almost 2,000 pounds. They live up to 30 years old. They are extremely powerful, one of the strongest horses in the world, and they are easy to train as well. Today, they are used for riding, training, and special events, but they still pull their weight, no pun intended, when it's time to. 14. Llong the crocodile. Measured at 20 feet 3 inches and weighed 2,370 pounds. Llong was the largest crocodile in captivity. He was also the biggest crocodile ever measured from snout to tail. Llong was an Indo-Pacific saltwater crocodile. Australian crocodile expert Dr. Adam Britton sedated and measured Llong in his enclosure in November 2011 and confirmed him as the world's longest crocodile ever caught and placed in captivity. He was caught in a Bunawan Creek in the province of Agusan del Sur in the Philippines on the 13th of September 2011. He was captured with the cooperation of the local government unit, residents, and crocodile hunters of Palawan. The giant crocodile was hunted over a period of 3 weeks. Once it was found, it took around 100 people to bring him onto land. He became aggressive at several points during the capture and twice broke restraining ropes before eventually being properly secured. He was estimated to be at least 50 years old. Llong was suspected of eating a fisherman who went missing in the town of Bunawan and of consuming a 12-year-old girl whose head was discovered 2 years earlier. He was also the primary suspect in the disappearance of seahorses in the area. In the examination of the stomach contents after his capture, remnants of water buffaloes reported missing before Llong's capture were found, but no human remains. The crocodile was named after Ernesto Llong Golaran Cañete, one of the veteran crocodile hunters from the Palawan Crocodile and Wildlife Reservation Center, who led the hunt. After weeks of stalking, the hunt for Llong took its toll on Cañete's health. He died of a heart attack several days before the crocodile was captured. 13. Giant river otter. The giant river otter, sometimes known as the river wolf, is the world's largest otter and a member of the mustelid family, reaching lengths of up to 6 feet. The giant river otter is found exclusively in 3 river systems: the Amazon, the Orinoco, and the La Plata. This otter is an excellent swimmer with a streamlined body and webbed feet, well adapted to both terrestrial and freshwater settings. It primarily feeds on fish and crabs, but will occasionally catch small caimans and anacondas. Because of their similar appetites, they compete for prey with jaguars and larger adult caimans. Giant river otters are especially effective predators because their whiskers sense vibrations in water columns, assisting them in locating prey. They also have a ravenous appetite, devouring 6 to 9 pounds of food every day. Because the giant river otter is a top predator in aquatic settings, it helps manage prey species population levels, which helps keep the river ecosystem in balance. They are also good indicator species, which means that the health of the huge river otter population reflects the health of the entire river ecosystem. 12. The giant bullfrog. Besides being huge, as you can see in our thumbnail, giant bullfrogs are carnivores and eat other frogs and birds. The African bullfrog is aggressive. It may inflate its body and attack an intruder with its huge mouth agape. Marcus Rangel shared photos of a 13-pound bullfrog he caught in Batesville, Texas. It seems the bulbous critter had been shot, based on Marcus holding a shotgun in his hand as he handles the frog. Reactions to the creature were mixed, with many calling into question whether it was actually that size, and I understand, because this frog is almost as tall as his killer. 11. Tibetan Mastiff. The Tibetan Mastiff dog originated from Tibet decades ago. Tibetan Mastiffs were originally bred to guard livestock and property, and they continue to do so today, but they also make excellent family pets and show dogs. These pups are enormous softies when it comes to their human relatives, despite their imposing stature. Strangers should be cautious, and introductions from trusted humans can go a long way. You can see how massive these dogs really are in this clip. This owner has a hard time holding the dog back. This dog looks more like a bear than a dog. With that long coat and that big head, no wonder it's a good guard dog. Look at when it stands up on this cage. It's even more intimidating. 10. Tallest giraffe. Cat Hansen of the Australia Zoo knew Forrest was head and shoulders above the rest, but proving he was the tallest giraffe in the world wasn't easy. Giraffes are apprehensive animals, despite their warm, gentle-looking brown eyes. It took months to set him up next to a ruler to check his height. The caregiver's priority was to ensure he was comfortable in the setting. However, luring him over with food and making him stand erect with cameras rolling is a challenging task. It took the team many months to succeed, but the work was worth it. Forrest has been officially recognized as the world's highest living thing by Guinness World Records. The giraffe is still growing at the age of 12. He is also highly popular with the ladies, having 3 girlfriends and being the father of 10 calves. Giraffes may not appreciate cuddling, but caregivers can touch them and ask them to put their feet up to provide the best possible health care for them to live a long life. 9. Monsterous Kangaroo, Australia. It is a unique country that is home to marsupials. We are all aware that Australia is home to a diverse range of marsupials. For those who are unfamiliar with marsupials, they are creatures that carry their young in pouches. Koalas and kangaroos are the 2 most well-known marsupials. Anyway, have you noticed that male kangaroos have sculpted physiques like Arnold Schwarzenegger's? Every male kangaroo possesses biceps that would make a human blush. Kangaroos have muscular bodies for a variety of reasons. Male kangaroos with more muscle mass are preferred by females over those with fewer muscles. Kangaroos have the most muscular and sturdy legs of any hopping mammal. Above all, kangaroos are genetically predisposed to be muscular. Muscle accounts for half of their weight. Because of this, they are naturally buff creatures. Males of the greatest size can weigh up to 200 pounds. On a regular basis, male kangaroos engage in intense boxing matches and fierce clashes for dominance, and it's not uncommon to see a seriously jacked kangaroo. Male red kangaroos have huge, firm chests and abdomens, as well as noticeable biceps. Kangaroo biceps are amazing to look at. Fighting kangaroos are not exactly peaceful creatures, and fights and disagreements are common. The most heated battles, on the other hand, are between males and females. In these battles, which can be fierce and brutal, the strongest, fittest, and most robust kangaroo usually wins. 8. Patrick, the largest wombat. Patrick, the world's oldest and largest known living common wombat, weighs 84 pounds and is 29 years old. Patrick has spent virtually his whole life at Victoria's Ballarat Wildlife Park. After being orphaned as a baby, he was raised by the owners. Patrick was released back into the wild several times by park staff, but couldn't defend himself against other wombats. Patrick is possibly the oldest living wombat virgin as well, given the fact he has never had progeny or any companions in general. Patrick used to meet park visitors in a wheelbarrow when he was younger. Patrick now appears on television, poses with visitors, serves as a city ambassador, and enjoys his status as a local star. It sounds like Patrick has made quite the life for himself. 7. Great Dane Zeus. Great Danes are known for being tall and massive dogs, and Zeus, the Great Dane, was famous for being named the world's tallest dog by the Guinness Book of World Records. Zeus stretched 7 feet and 5 inches and was 3 feet 8 inches from his foot to his withers. Now that's a very tall dog, but watching the footage of this Dane, it's sad to see how extremely frail and skinny he was. A big dog like that needs to be fed raw, wholesome food, or else it will fall apart. And that's exactly what happened after only 6 years. Many people will say it's normal for a Dane to die young, but I had a Dane that lived to be 14 years old. 6. Tina. Tina, who stood 20 hands tall, had officially acquired the title of world's tallest horse. Tina stood about 7 feet tall. She had surpassed former record holder Radar, who was just over 19 hands tall. Tina's caregivers were not expecting anything to go wrong, so they expected her to top out at about 23 hands. However, after having hip surgery, even though everything seemed to be going swimmingly after the surgery, when Tina returned home, she promptly collapsed, never to be seen again. 30 hours of urgent veterinary attention were spent attempting to save her before she died. Although Tina is gone now, and the horse she beat out took back his title, she is remembered and loved dearly. She died in April of 2008 at the age of 4. 5. Sushi, the giant bird. If you've been holding out hope that Harry Potter isn't wholly fictitious, you should travel to Uganda. A real-life hippogriff demands that guests bend down to him. Hippogriffs, as we all know, are half-eagle, half-horse creatures that are said to be peaceful, sensitive, and proud. Sushi, the gray shoebill stork, resembles the fabled creature in appearance and behavior. Anyone wishing to pat him must first bow to him before approaching within touching distance. Sushi resides at the Uganda Wildlife Education Center in Entebbe and was captured on camera by Mark Dudley, an amateur photographer. According to Mark, there are fewer than 5,000 shoebill storks left in the world. Shoebill storks, like buckbeak, are enormous and may cause a lot of harm if they want to, so it's crucial to follow the bird's laws. If you bow, he will respond, allowing you to approach and touch him. Sushi's name was given to him by keepers and staff because his behavior reminded them of Japanese culture, where it is customary to greet visitors by bowing. Caretakers are unsure why the bird bows, whether it is a learned behavior from people, if it occurs in the wild, or if the bird acquired it on its own. Whatever the cause, Sushi is a unique bird. 4. The largest chicken rooster, Merrickly. We now turn our attention to an enormous cockerel, thought to be the world's largest. The gigantic cock, named Merrickly, lives on a farm in Kosovo and is 3 feet tall and weighs about 17 pounds. The larger-than-life Brahma chicken originally made waves in 2017 when a video of him roaming around his pen went viral, stunning viewers all over the world. Viewers couldn't believe what they were seeing, with many thinking it was a fake and even speculating it was a guy in a suit. Brahma chickens are a huge breed of chicken that were produced in the United States from birds originally imported from the Far East, with a Brahma cockerel weighing slightly over 10 pounds on average. Merrickly is a stud, and he plans for it to remain this way. 3. Albino rat. If you thought New York rats were big, imagine seeing a rat this size in your basement. This white albino rat is monstrous, but he seems quite docile as he doesn't move, while the man in the video holds him up. This rodent is almost as big as a capybara, except he's white. Could this be a practical joke, or did this guy really find this rat in his basement? Your guess is as good as mine. 2. Massive mountain goat. When most people think of goats, they imagine small, harmless creatures with small horns and the creepiest eyes they've ever seen. Mountain goats are often larger than your average farm goat, standing roughly 39 inches tall at the shoulder and weighing up to 260 pounds in males. But the goat in this video is the Goliath of mountain goats, or, to put it another way, the Sean Oakman of mountain goats. Imagine cycling along a winding mountain road, taking in the scenery and traveling only around 25 miles per hour to avoid crashing over the side of a mountain when you come upon this creature staring you down. 1. Silverback Gorilla. Silverback gorillas dwell in 2 African protected parks high in the highlands. They are also known as mountain gorillas. Silverback gorillas move across their 10 to 15 square mile home grounds, feeding and resting during the day. Because gorillas are migratory, they make new nests every day at dark, using bent branches from trees or grasses from the ground. Silverback gorillas stand about 6 feet tall, or about the height of an adult man, while females stand about 5 feet tall. Silverback gorillas weigh around 350 pounds, which is roughly double the weight of an adult man. Gorillas are herbivores, meaning they exclusively eat vegetation. They spend most of their time hunting for food and consuming bamboo and leafy vegetation. Silverback gorillas were not discovered until 1902. People are destroying their environment now by farming on the land and cutting down trees for fuel. Poachers also kill gorillas, and they are sometimes captured in snares designed for other animals. The silverback gorilla is the most endangered gorilla species on the planet. We saw some big animals in these videos, but the one that shocked me the most was that gigantic white rat. It wasn't just about its size, but also about its color and how docile it was. What a mysterious looking animal. Which one was your favorite? Why don't you let us know in the comments below? Well, that's it for now. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and let us know in the comments what you think. Check out our other videos and subscribe to be part of the fun. Click on the notification icon so you can see our new videos as soon as they're uploaded. Thanks for watching and see you next time.